The adoption of the Nairobi Declaration by African leaders during the just concluded Africa Climate Summit has seen multilateral development banks and various actors commit to a combined $23 billion to fund green projects in Africa. Kenya is one of the beneficiaries of the funding after securing a 2 billion shillings funding from the European Union for investment in the country's green hydrogen industry.
The Nairobi Declaration capped the three-day Africa Climate Summit, which was dominated by discussions of how to mobilize financing to adapt to increasingly extreme weather, conserve natural resources, and develop renewable energy. President William Ruto, who was the host of the summit, said that Africa was well placed to take advantage of the need to move away from carbon-spewing fossil fuels, boasting a young population, vast renewable potential, and natural resources.
We demand a fair playing ground for our countries to access the investment needed to unlock the potential and translate it into opportunities.
One of the biggest outcomes from the declaration was a commitment to create a global carbon tax on fossil fuels and reform the world financial system that forces African nations to pay more to borrow money.
It is time that we sit seriously, and the IMF has been, voicing the carbon tax more forcefully in the last days. But it's true that an international source of financing is a necessary, probably, instrument to be able to face the challenges that we have.
This saw Germany pledge a $9.4 billion debt swap with Kenya to free up money for green projects. Kenya, being a global leader in renewable energy, will see the country benefit from $23 billion in financing for green growth, mitigation, and adaptation efforts by the Africa Development Bank to the Africa Climate Fund for the next 27 years.
Africa cannot be nature-rich and cash poor. As we look towards COP28, Africa must be front and center, powered by the leadership of our heads of state and government, our youth and the private sector, and the voices of our communities. We must be the vuvuzelas of climate financing for Africa.
The United Arab Emirates also pledged $4.5 billion, while Germany committed $482.31 million to help with the development of green energy infrastructure. To bridge this, COP28 President-designate Sultan Al Jaber committed $4.5 billion financing initiatives to unlock Africa's clean energy. Nduta Mokami for Prime Edition.